Meep meep. Ooh, I'm the wrong way around. Hold on, just a minute. Let me go fix that. Hold on. It has been a while. It has been a while since wait. Oh, come now, child. It's been a while since I've been here. Excuse me for just a second. Let me go ahead and fix my own darn video here. Just a second. Here, camera control. Okay, that's good. And just a second. Where is Sting? There is Sting. Oh, I had everything so prepared. There. Okay, let me go fix this real quick. Just a second. Boop. And that. And make that a little bit bigger. And there we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for being here. My name is Meep the Bunny with Meep's Farm Fresh Microgreens. Today we have a little bit of a a planting stream going. Yes, we have been away for about a week and a half because there was just too much stuff going on and streaming wasn't the ideal thing to do at this time. But we have returned. We are back, and today again is planting day. So we already had 2 rows of plants or of planting trays done this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the next round. So, this is all going to be cilantro, by the way, before I forget. We have some really exciting updates for our grow room, of course. Let me go and do this, and then also let me go ahead and do what? Do what? Do that. Yes, that. Okay, perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for being here today. Let me go ahead and try to eliminate some of the chaos that we have here. The thing is, these have to stay right here because Mr. Beam is going to use those to put all the stacks on there later, so I'm sorry if they're in the way, but right now we're going to need them there. There we go. So, as far as updates are concerned, we have some fantastic, oopsie, yes, we have some fantastic updates for you guys. First off, the grow room is, I would say 85% finished. There are so the good thing is the ceilings are all done. The walls are completed. We have all the trim. Do we have all the trim boards in? Most of the trim boards in. I think there's 2 missing. We still have a door to refinish and paint. We have to put the glass for the door back in. We have to go and punch a hole through the wall. And then we are going to have to go install our AC. Then we're going to have to go and put all the racks together. Then we're going to have to go and order some lights. Then we're going to go and have to go and get the dehumidifier going that we're going to use for that. So there's still plenty of stuff to do, but we are doing it, guys. It's not going to take much longer, I promise. Now, let me go ahead and start with our programming here of the day. And I don't have my phone on me right now. Normally I have my phone on here so I can read chat. But right now I don't have that with me. If there is someone interested in talking to me, I promise you, I will turn around on a regular basis and see if there's anybody that has any questions or comments or concerns or fun stories or anything in that nature. I love to hear it all. But yeah, so there has been plenty of stuff happening at Meeps. Finally the smoke is clearing up a little bit. We had I think a pretty good 3 or 4 days now, and most of the fires here are finally not burning bright enough to cause us a lot of trouble anymore, which is wonderful, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of fires going out. There's the Paradise Fire, is it the Hagen Fire? I think the Hagen Fire is still on. But yeah, there's not as much smoke in the air as we had the last few weeks. And that was part of the reason why we didn't stream, because the smoke had started to affect us enough to the point where it just didn't make sense to stream, because our noses were constantly running, our eyes were burning, and I don't want to sit here and cough into the mic all the time, you know. You guys don't need that. But yeah, it's been a very, very good week and a half for us. Very happy to be back doing what we're doing in front of other people. That is always fun. There we go. But yeah, we're very excited about the new grow room. Once it is done, and again, it's only the 2 of us. So Mr. Meep and I, we are going to work on it whenever we can. Oopsie. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am preparing 12 trays specifically for cilantro and cilantro alone. There we are. There we go. Okay, hold on. I gotta go check on the thing. Oh, big stick. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything over here. All right, cool. I don't think I'm missing anything. Yay, we're good. Perfect. So yeah, we have after this we have 2 more rows of things to do. We have already planted kohlrabi, Osaka mustard, Mizuna mustard, and wasabi. We have broccoli and kale. We are still going to do daikon, rambo, and what? Daikon, rambo, and bok choy. There we go. That's what it was. But daikon, rambo, and bok choy. That's normally my next go-to. There we go. Put that in here. But yeah, we had a fantastic time so far. I hope you all have been doing absolutely wonderful. Summer is still in full swing for a little bit longer, it seems. But we do have our first winds coming in. We do have our first golden hue around the sun when it starts to be 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So fall is starting to be in the air. Oh goodness! And then on Saturday, oh my word, people! So on Saturday at the farmers market, at around 12:30, it started to gust a little. There were 2 tents actually that were gusted enough to fly down the road, or actually turn upside down too. It was one of those where the farmers market actually decided to close down earlier because some things were broken, some tents were flying, and the gusts just didn't want to stop. And the best part is that when tents literally threatened to kind of like take off, there were a whole bunch of people who immediately, clamped down and held onto the tents. And I thought I was going to be in the subway or something, holding on to whatever I could. Oh, while it wasn't entirely fun for everybody, of course, it was quite refreshing to say the least. A little bit of midday adventure at the park or at the market. At the parket, yes, sure. There we go. Okay, so basically, let me go through the process for everybody who's new here. What we do with our trays: first, we fill them with soil, as I do as we have done already. Then we're going to go ahead and fill the soil into every single corner, flatten it out just a little bit. Then Mr. Meep is going to come in and he is going to go ahead and flatten everything, make sure that we have a nice even ground and surface to put our seeds on, and then he's going to water it. Then I come back and I put the seeds on. Once those seeds are on, we are going to spray them with a little bit of preventative called Zerotol. Once that has finitoed, we are basically stacking them, racking them, and packing them. That means we stack them for high. We we rack them onto one of our mobile racks over here, and then we put a 15-pound brick on the top of them. And the 15-pound brick basically is just there to ensure that we have a nice, strong growth so that the radicals drive down into the soil and get a good foothold on there. And that is how we do it. And then they're going to stay in germination for about 3 to 4 days, depending on the crop, except cilantro. Cilantro is going to take a little bit longer than that. And once they have germinated, we take them out of germination and we put them under the lights for about 7 days. And that's how you guys get your fresh, beautifully grown microgreens every single week here in Malawa County, all over the place. If you are in Union County, you also have a chance to go ahead and get those wonderful microgreens from us. We partnered with Good Groceries, Christy Athens, a wonderful, lovely lady. And we are going to go, and you have the opportunity to have your microgreens through goodgroceries.shop. Very, very cool delivery service. Delivers every Wednesday to Union County, every Thursday to Valawa County. I think I got that right. Don't catch me lying. There. Okay, let me go check real quick. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything over here. I don't think I am. Wonderful. There we go. Yeah, but it has been a pretty good week. I'm very much hoping that the smoke is going to stop smoking now, so to speak. We had a little rain come through, which is wonderful. We had the occasional thunderstorm, which wasn't quite as wonderful because with the thunder comes the lightning. With the lightning come more fires usually, and that's something that we definitely don't need anywhere in the area, in the region. But we came through it just fine. Hello. There we go. The weather has been pretty nice. It's a little cooler today than the last few days. It's been about 85 to 89 degrees. We had a couple of super hot days of about 92 degrees. Now everything is settling back down into the mid 80s, I believe. I think today's high is even a little slower. I think today's high is about 75, which is actually a really nice area to be in for right now. Get a little break from the extreme heat to the point where it's still warm, but not terribly so. There we are. Alrighty. Whoop. Eh. Let me go and get my jeans all cleaned up here. There. There we go. It feels good to be live again, though. It really does. I missed a little bit. Not gonna lie. Something else that's going to change. I decided that the very, very early morning streams can be a lot of fun, but most of the time, I'm just still really, really tired. I don't know that I should start streaming that early anymore. I might on occasion start at 5 a.m. again. I mean, I'm gonna work no matter what, right? But I might not stream that early anymore. It just gives me a little bit more time to organize the day ahead. And when we come back in the afternoons, we normally have plenty of stuff still to do. So you guys are going to go and get a little afternoon stream at least twice a week. Hopefully 3 or 4 times a week. That would be fun. There we go. Get those in the corners. But yeah, so changing and rearranging stuff, that's what we do around here. Hoping very much that the next farmers markets are going to be a success, which they always are, but it's just been the weather with the last one that was a little rough. Okay. And we are also adjusting our grow methods a little bit. So something that we have stopped doing just to see if it really does make a difference or not. We don't soak the beets anymore for about a week or so. And we just want to see if we get better results without them soaking, if we get the same results, if it's something that we still need to do. Because every once in a while, it's kind of important that you review how you do things and to see if the old laws still apply. There we go. Get that all crushed in. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to be out of here by 3 p.m. or so. Not because I'm in any rush or anything, but we did get two rows done this morning, which is actually wonderful because that means we don't have to do as much in the afternoon. The more we can get done early in the morning, the more it frees us up for time in the afternoon for us to do something else. You gotta stay productive, people. There's that. There's this. And I'm just not missing anything. That's good. All right. Pull those out a little bit. And of course, I got to say hi to one of my little puppy friends today, Ozzy. Ozzy is actually the puppy that belongs to the copy shop where I get all of my labels done. And Ozzy is I think, an 8 months old, really beautiful Aussie Shepherd. I think he's a mini Aussie, but he doesn't look like a mini Aussie. He's just a gorgeous, gorgeous puppy. So I got little Aussie time in today that made me very, very happy. Puppies make me always happy. There we go. So that was always nice. And delivery days are fun because it gets you out, it gets you under people, it gets you a little bit out and about into the towns and cities here. Towns and cities. Let's just say thriving metropolises, okay? So Monday normally we deliver to Enterprise and we deliver to Ruby Peak Naturals there and the Commons Coffee House. And then we go home and have normally, like I said, about 60 trays to plant. And then on Thursdays is our big delivery day and our small planting day. So on Thursdays we visit, I think, 6, 7 businesses. But then again, the season is starting to slow down again too. So that is a very, very uh, that's the thing that's going to happen very soon here, sooner than you'd think. Because again, it's the end of August. Tourist season is slowing down up here. There's this. And then in the winter, for everybody in Wallowa County, we are going to keep growing throughout the winter. So do not worry, you're going to get your greens no matter what. We are going to deliver to residential areas in Wallowa County, wherever you are, from Wallowa all the way up to Wallowa Lake. There's not going to be any minimum fees. There's not going to be any delivery fees, nothing. All you need to do is tell us what you want, and we are going to deliver that every Saturday afternoon. There. I go and get this one. And of course, we're also looking at new varieties, especially now that we are kind of getting close towards finishing the grow room. There are a couple of varieties that I have my eyes on that I really want to grow. One of them is a returning customer, so to speak, Thai basil. Thai basil is one of those that I absolutely really want to grow again. It is a lot of fun to grow. It is actually one of the best ones because honestly, Thai basil, when you go in the morning and you water it, and you don't even need to touch the plant, you just lift up the tray and you put it down again when you water it, and all of a sudden the entire grow room smells like licorice or anise or whatever it is. Oh my gosh, it is just so so good. I miss that. So we're definitely going to bring the Thai basil back. I think we might actually up our broccoli production a little bit because people have been um, really conscious about, hey, broccoli is actually a really, really healthy microgreens. It's the healthiest one out of the bunch because of all the antioxidants, anthocyanins, nutrients. So there's a whole bunch of good stuff in there. And people have been flocking to broccoli lately. And so I'm thinking that we might actually go and start doing 12 trays of broccoli instead of 8 once we have the new grow room. Another thing that's going to happen is hopefully that we are going to find one or two new varieties of maybe something spicy or peppery, maybe a new mix. I don't know yet. I think I'd like to go a little bit more Zaka mustard. That would be kind of fun too. But again, it just depends. Something that I have been kind of pondering is peas, but honestly, peas just it it just never sold well for us. We had two, actually we had three kinds of different peas. The first one was just for us. The second one that we grew was a fila tental piece, and they are gorgeous. They're so much fun. But also, again, not everybody liked them. And then the third one that we had, that was dum peas, and dum peas actually worked for a while. And then we realized we needed the space more for something that sold better, like broccoli. So, that notwithstanding, however, we are kind of thinking about adding a new mix to the mix, so to speak. And it's going to be something crunchy, something fun, something that contains sunflower, which of course is a fan favorite. I personally would love to put some kale in there, maybe some broccoli. Let's see what else. Oh, maybe some kohlrabi. Kohlrabi is very nice too. And a little ramble radish, maybe. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and work on new things, new mixes, new plants, new varieties, and a whole bunch of more exciting stuff to come. So thank you if you've ever followed us on our journey. If you have been interested in what we do and how we do it, welcome to the show, guys. We are going to start streaming again, hopefully at least 3 times a week, maybe 4. Wednesdays currently are a little bit on the fringe because I don't know from day to day how much harvest I have to do on a Wednesday. Normally on Thursday I scramble, and then on Wednesdays I don't do as much. But Thursdays are normally pretty busy for us, especially in the morning because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to take out of germination, and then we have to go and do deliveries, and then we have to go plant more stuff. So that's Wednesdays. I really should be better about that. And just should start harvesting on Wednesdays. Not missing anything? I don't think so. Wonderful. But yeah, I do believe that we might actually have to up our broccoli production a little bit, which I'm super happy about. Because again, there's a lot of people who realize now that broccoli is really one of the best things you can do for your body when it comes to microgreens in particular. There we go. That done. All right, and one more tray. And then what's going to happen is Mr. Meep is going to come in, and he is going to go ahead and flatten all of these beautiful trays for me. And then we are going to plant the cilantro on that. There we are. But yeah, life has been pretty darn good for us. I'm very happy. Like I said, Mondays for us are kind of busy, but they're not like frenetic kind of days. So we don't have any much too much pressure because the only thing that we really have to do is the deliveries, and everything else. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. I am not in a hurry. I have nowhere to go and all day to get there. All right, last tray. Oops. There's that. So we stopped at Ace today, Ace Hardware, and we picked up a few more nets for our microgreens, for our seeds, because like I said, when we soak them, we actually use nets for those. Um, and we also bought a few more paint rollers for painting the door, because the door to the grow room is so we sanded it down, and we are going to have to go ahead and paint them, or paint that door at least, and then hopefully soon get that glass in the frame back in there. Oh, the frame was something else too. So the glass was held in by a I don't know what you call it, but it had like a plastic frame in front of it. And so we took the old plastic frame out and ordered a new one. And then when the new one came, it turned out that it was too short. And so the width was perfect, or the length was perfect, but the width was just too short. And so we had to send it back and wait for a new one. And so the new one has finally arrived. And then this time I'm pretty sure it's the right one. And so we're going to have to go ahead and put that on the glass and put the glass back in the door and get the door all painted and stuff. So we sanded it down the other day. So again, it's little steps when we can make them. There we go. Okay, perfect. That is all done. I'm going to go ahead and get Mr. Meep. Let me get all of my dirt off of here. Perfect. Okay, so. There. Actually, let me go ahead and get a couple of labels going here for the cilantro, so I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm planting. Okay. All right, cilantro. 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 What's today? 8/24. Goodness. We are at the end of our month, are we not? Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Yes, that'll work. Awesome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and be right back. I'm going to go and get Mr. Meep so he can go ahead and do his thing. And then we are going to be returning here in just about a minute. Alrighty. There we go. Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you again so much for being here today. Let me go and see if I can actually double shoot you. There it is. Yes, perfect. So, what we're doing right now, Mr. Meep is going to go ahead and flatten all of the trays for us. So we have a nice and even surface for our seats to go onto. That's better, isn't it? Yes, a bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so anyway, so next step is that Mr. Beep is going to go ahead and water all of these trays. Then we are going to put our seed over it. Now, some people say it makes more sense to actually put the seed over it first and then water them. But for us, what that has done is basically once the seeds are on the dry soil and then the water goes over the top, the water just displaces all the seeds, it bunches them up, it makes them go in places that you don't want them. And so that being said, we are actually going to go ahead and water them first, then put our seeds on, and then over the top of it, there's going to be a little light layer of xerotol that we're going to use to spray them down, prevent any pathogens, any mold issues, that kind of thing. That's why we do that. Once we have them all sprayed and planted, we're going to go ahead and use them 4 stacks high. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our, we have 12 trays of cilantro, so we're going to have 3 stacks of 4 cilantros, and then we're going to put a 15-pound brick over the top. Now the 15-pound brick is basically there so that the roots can go ahead and have something to push up against. So the radicals, the original gangster roots, so to speak, the roots have a nice little chance of actually being driven down into the soil. They got something to push up against, like Mother Nature, right? It's to simulate Mother Nature, really. And so what we're going to do after about 3 days, we're going to take them out of germination. We're going to put them under the light for about another 7 to 10 days, depending on the crop. And then on the next Friday after that, we are going to harvest them. And then on Saturdays, they're going to be sold at the market for you guys. So that is the plan, and we are going to stick to it. I believe. I believe. You gotta believe, otherwise it doesn't work, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and grab our cilantro. And I'm just gonna come right over here. There's one. Now the other thing that we do with cilantro, we actually go ahead and cover it up. And that is so that the seeds loosen up as they grow. And if they have a little bit of soil to grow through, that actually makes the seed holes fall off a little bit easier. And that is kind of important because nobody wants to eat seeds and we don't want to sit here all day and remove seeds from the cilantro. So that is why we have this little trick. There we go. Perfect. That'll work. There's that. The important thing is don't put your seeds too together. Yeah, too closely together. You want them in shouting distance, but you don't want them on top of each other. That's the important part. Because if they clump up, what's going to happen is that there might be issues where there's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen, like mold, pathogens, etc., which we really don't have to worry about if we can take the seeds and keep them apart from each other. There we go. There's this. Perfect. Oops, see? Now that I'm saying it, I'm bunching stuff up. Bad meep. That's bad business, and we don't do bad business around here. Alrighty. Yeah, there. Well, that was almost perfect here. Beautiful. Okay. That in there. Alrighty. There's the last tray. All right. Now I'm going to take a second here and I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the cilantro seeds into this container. There's that. Alrighty. So that should be, yes, that should be the cilantro. Wonderful. There we are. All right. Now, container, cilantro seeds. Yep, that's cilantro. I thought I'd better make sure of that. Okay, perfect. Now we have our cilantro in here, and I have to order more of that too. Ow. All right, sweet. And now, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Because I can just go ahead and get 5 pounds of that. And then, let's see. There it is. Are they 1 inch? Nope, those are 2 inches. Let's see. Grow and trace. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay, so we need 10 of those with no holes. Let's do 10. Add that. And then one-inch deep mesh trays. Alrighty, and give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and now let me go ahead and get back to my cart. Take these out. And then, let's see, what else do we need? What are we doing on broccoli? Broccoli is still good. Yeah, cilantro is the only thing that we needed then. Wonderful. Let me just see here for a second. How's the Rambo doing? Rambo's. You know what? I might as well get some Rambo while I'm at it. Okay, we got the Mizuna, we got the cilantro, and now we're gonna go and get ourselves some Rambo radish. Whoa, okay, just a minute. Okay, give me just a second here. I just want to check something out. They're cheaper, so I'm going to take that. But that's still pretty spendy, isn't it? Okay. Okay, let's do that. Okay. All right. You know what? We're just going to wait on that. Perfect. There we go. And then that is all completed. Wonderful. Okay. Do this. All right, sweet. So we're going to get cilantro seeds and mustard seeds. Love it. All right, so that is done. All right, cool. We have finitoed. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get me a shovel. A little soil shovel right here. And then, whoops, there we are. Okay. There's that. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one shovelful at a time. I'm going to put that over the cilantro. Oh, thank you. And then we're going to bury those. And again, that is so the seed hulls fall off when they grow through the dirt or the soil. Excuse me. There we go. See, teamwork makes the dream work. There we go. One more. Perfect. All right. And then, oopsie, will you go in there? All right, that's still all working. Wonderful. That is perfect. And now all we're going to do is we're just going to crush most of these clumps out. And then we're just going to evenly distribute all of the soil over our cilantro seeds. There we go. Thank you. Meep, meep. There. Okay, get those over here. Sweet. Just like that. Oopsie. There. That one over here. Ugh, stick, go away. We don't want stick. There we go. Move those over here a little bit. Whoops, sticks. We don't want sticks in here. Not too many anyway. Smaller ones, oh well. Bigger ones, eh. Not quite so much. There we go. Okay. shtick that we don't want. There. Oops. Cilantro smells so good. No, so somebody actually said that once. And I didn't even believe it until I had my own first batch of cilantro seeds here. Cilantro smells a little bit like Fruit Loops. I kid you not. It's really hilarious. It's kind of funny. Just please don't put them into your cereal, okay? You can soak your cilantro seeds in milk if you must, but I wouldn't eat them. There's that. Perfect. Catch those up. Okay, the next batch is going to be sunflowers. It's going to be beets. And it's going to be cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, which is one of the crops that surprises everybody, which is really it's I honestly I wish I said this before, but I wish I could have a video camera on everybody who tries cantaloupe microgreens for the first time because their face is just it is honestly it's just a picture for the gods. Um when they try their first bite of cantaloupe microgreen seeds, they're going, "What?" It is beautiful because yeah, they do taste like cantaloupe a lot, of course, but also there's a little cucumbery note in there. It is really a lot of fun to see people go, "Whoa, that tastes like cantaloupe," and that is where a lot of the joy comes from for microgreens. Somebody who has never tried microgreens before and is going through their first round of tasting. It is absolutely hilarious. It is wonderful, really. Just the surprise and happiness on people's faces when they go, "Oh my gosh, this would be great on a sandwich," you know? It's a lot of fun. Okay, let me get these out here into the corner. And now Mr. Meep is going to make sure that we have a nice, even, flat surface before we stack them. Because after I'm done burying all of these seeds with a little soil, we are going to go ahead and stack them, rack them, and pack them. That means we stack them 4 high. We're going to rack them on the rack. We're going to put them up there. And then we are going to pack them with a 15-pound paver. And again, that's so the roots grow nice and strong. The radicals have a chance to drive down into the soil very nicely within those 3 days of germination time. Oopsie, come on now. There. There. Okay. And then, of course, we have daikon, rambo, and bok choy that we have still to do. So daikon radish, rambo radish, and bok choy, and then we have beets, sunflower, and cantaloupe still to do, and then we're done. Isn't that cool? There's that. Perfect. Okay, that's going. Wonderful. There's that. Okay. There's this. Yay! Awesome. Alrighty. Beep. All right, and that is our last tray of cilantro right here. And what I'm going to do while Mr. Meep is preparing for the next trays, I'm going to go and take our sunnies and put them into their little bath for about 15 minutes or so. And then I'm going to drain them. I'm going to rinse them. And then we're going to plant them. There's those. Alrighty. Perfect. That worked. I do have to do one more thing though, real quick before I forget it. Ow. Let me go and buy some more sunnies before I forget. Okay. Okay. Do that. Okay, and now we can do this. Okay. That should be good. That looks good. That is good as well. Proceed. Alrighty, and I will be back in just about 2.5 minutes. I'll see you in a little while. Alrighty, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish my thingamabobby here. Okay. And place order. Yoo-hoo! We did it. Perfect. All right, sweet. So those are coming. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back and I'll return again. Okay, so there we go. We can talk again. This is wonderful. So, what I have done just now is I took our sunflowers and or our sunflower seed actually, and I put them into our special solution where they're going to stay for about 10 minutes. And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead, take them out, um, maybe even dry them off just a little bit. And then we are going to take our beets and our cantaloupe, and then we're going to do four beets, four cantaloupe, and four sunflower trays. Ta-da! That's how Bunny rolls. Okay. Also, I need to unpack my stuff over here. Forgive my mess, but I will have to take these two out here real quick. There's one. Perfect. All right. So every once in a while, you need more. Excuse me. Goodness. Every once in a while, you need more supplies, and so today we bought brand new nets for our sunflowers, for our cantaloupe, everything that we soak actually. Those are going to replace the nets we're currently using. And you want to exchange them every few months or so. If you take care of your nets, it's really not a big problem because normally I wash them out every time, sanitize them, of course, afterwards. And that is how we keep rolling with our nets here. The thing is, we just put this one through in here. There. The thing is, I'm just going to have to unfold them. Oh, are those bigger than the other ones? Maybe a little, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. They're all nets. It's all good. So basically, these are our little mesh nets, and what they are is actually painting straining or paint strain nets. There we go. So normally when you have a bucket of paint, you put those over them, and then you just strain your paint that way. And we just use them for our sunflowers and everything else that needs soaking. I'm gonna put those right up here for right now, since they are brand new. We are going to go ahead and use them here for next week. That is perfect right there. Yes. Okay. Um. Also, oh yes, that's right. We bought more paint rolls so that we can actually go ahead and paint our door in the grow room. And I got snacks. Look at that. I got snacks. Yay. Okay. So let me go ahead and take these out. Let me go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to use that on again. There's that. I'm going to put these away and I'll be right back. Okay. That is all taken care of. Oops. Let me turn off the light over here real quick. Sorry. There we go. All right. There. Now, while I'm still here and while Mr. Mute is still busy over there, let me go ahead and clean up my mess a little bit. Huh? Oh, okay. Alrighty. And now we got one more additional thing to order because we need more amendment, and I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Okay, where's the one that we normally have? I think they changed their packaging on this. Perfect and organic, 50 pounds. Give me just a second here. All right, problem solved. Perfect. There's that. Um, just a second now. Alrighty, we have returned. Sorry about that little break right there. We just had to go and figure a couple of things out. Let me go ahead and get you back into the grow room so you guys can go ahead and see what I'm doing here. Basically, we're doing the same thing as before. I'm going to go and get a. Where's my gloves? There's my gloves. I'm going to go and get a couple of gloves out here. Oh, and I have to take the sunnies out of germination, or cut off germination, out of their little baths. So give me just a moment. I'll be right back. There we go. Yes, perfect. All right. So what we are going to do now is normally I really don't do this, but today because I'm a little bit wary of all the seeds being so wet, it's just easier sometimes if you dry your seeds a little bit. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take our sunnies that we soaked. I'm going to go and grab them and put them straight into the dryer for a few minutes. I don't have to worry about paper towels this time. Normally I lay down paper towels, but these seeds are nice and big. I don't have to worry about them falling all over the place. Here, let me go ahead and find a better place to do that, though. I think maybe over here would be gooder. Yeah, that's where I'm going to do it. All right, let's go and take these over here. There we go. That's better. There we go. That is lovely. Just like that. Perfect. Put that in there. Now we're just going to move all of those seeds around a little bit. Spread them out in a nice even layer. Why is there cantaloupe in here? What is this? Goodness. Oh, there's another one and another one. Where's all this cantaloupe coming from? Goodness gracious. Okay, now Move those over here. Okay, take this one out. All right, I think that's good. I'll show you my madness in just a moment here. So, oh, goodness. Ooh. Okay, what we have here, these are all of our sunflower seeds that we soaked, and now they're going to be dried a little bit. And just a little. You don't want to dry them completely, that would defeat the purpose. And be like our purpose to win around here. Okay, now I have to go and dry my hands so that I can put my gloves on without getting stuck everywhere. I am really not a fan of wet fingers in dry gloves. No, bad, bad, bad. All right, get these all done here. Okay, perfect. There we go. Now, grab gloves and get back at it. Ah, sweet. Okay. There is going to be this. Here we go. And of course, as per usual, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, other sort of things, let me know in the comments or in chat. We are here to help. If you have a problem that I can't help with, we can at least run away together, okay? Oh, come on now. Ouch. There's that. Lovely. And next. And the next tray. And I'm not forgetting anything. I'm not missing anybody. I am not. Wonderful. Perfect. Hello. Hold on just a second. Let me. All right. Give me just a minute, guys. We'll be right back. Alrighty. And we have returned. Oh, hold on. There we are. Okay, that's better. Perfect. So that's all done. Wonderful. I love it. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. And we're just going to continue with our tray preparing here. Preparations. There we go. Boop, out. And all the big sticks, big rocks. There's barely any rocks ever in here. But all the big sticks have to come out so that the roots don't get confused to go, huh? I don't know where to go anymore. And there have been found a few rocks in the soil. It's very rare actually, but I found a couple. And I mean, there's it's not gemstones, of course, but I think the one that I found may have been jasper or sertite or something like that. Kind of cool. So every once in a while, you kind of find a cute little surprise in here. No diamonds yet, but you never know, right? Keep doing something long enough, and eventually it'll happen. I believe. You gotta believe, otherwise it doesn't work. Alrighty. Alrighty, and next, I'm probably gonna have to turn the fan down a little bit here in a minute because there's a lot of loose soil here, and when the loose soil kind of blasts or when the fan blasts the soil, it gets in my face, and I don't like it. I'm gonna go and take a look here in just a heartbeat, see what our sunnies look like. Ow, what was that? Yep, there it is. Out. You are evicted. Alrighty, and then there's alrighty. Okay. Ow! That poked me. They're trying to fight back. I don't hold it against them. I would probably too, but there. All right. Okay, take this out. Goodness. There. Okay. Oh, am I missing anything? I missed a ad. Oh no. There we go. Boop. Perfect. Every once in a while, there's a couple of bots that come in trying to sell me stuff like AI viewers. No, thank you. I don't need AI viewers. They're gonna be smarter than me. I can't have that. Oh, okay. Hold on. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Hold on. Let me go and turn this off real quick and see how the. Let me see how the sunnies are doing here. Yeah, they're still pretty wet. Tell you what, we're gonna go and noodle them around a little bit. Just like that. And then we're gonna put them back in for another 10 minutes or so, but on a lower. I'm gonna go and dry my gloves. Otherwise, it's gonna be a mess. There. Okay, that should do. That should do. There. Wait! I'm going too far away! Ah! Come here. There. Okay, better. There. Okay. Ooh, and now that fall is in the air, actually, lately I have been having a hankering for soups, like potato soup, and maybe even a lentil soup, or a green bean soup. There's some really good stuff out there. Yeah, a potato jalapeno pea soup. I did that last year. It was kind of hilarious. I call it the potato soup. Really, really good stuff. I like it spicy. Not habanero type spicy, but a little jalapeno, a little cayenne pepper. Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Please. I love that. Now, the only thing that I noticed actually is when you make a soup with jalapeno in there, if you puree it, which I do with my soups, um, it feels like the seeds are making the soup a little bitter, and I don't know if that's the seeds or not, but that's kind of like what I had in mind. So for this year, when I do start making my soups, I'm going to have to remember that that might be a thing that I have to look up. But yeah, fall comes around and I'm starting to do soups and stews and all sorts of fun stuff. Some casseroles, just comfort food, you know. Maybe a good goulash again. Oh gosh, guys, I haven't made a good beef stew or goulash in a very long time. That does sound delicious. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Absolutely. And I do like to cook. I haven't cooked as much as I wanted to, but first of all, in the summer, I don't eat much in general. In the summer, that's even less. And so I'm thinking that probably by the time the middle of September rolls around, maybe the end of September, I'm gonna have to start cooking again. And the thing is, I burn out on food pretty easily. I eat the same thing twice. I don't want to have it for another year. There we go. And that's why I like microgreens so much because there's hundreds of varieties and you can use them all in whatever recipes you want. I do, however, recommend if you do decide that you want microgreens on hot food, not a problem, but you need to add them once the cooking process is done. So that's very important because if you overheat your microgreens, they're going to lose a lot of the nutrients, some of their flavor even, and that is just something that we don't want. So my recommendation is once you're done cooking, turn off the heat, let your food stand for a minute, then add the microgreens, mix them in, let them stand for another minute, and then you can actually go ahead and eat. And normally what I say is sunnies, sunflowers specifically, are fantastic in stir fry. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Um, Even like rice bowls and stuff like that. Sunnies work very, very well. And they are thicker than most other microgreens, and so they have a little bit more crunch to them, even when they get warm, even when they have a little bit of a heat exposure. They're still absolutely wonderful in many, many, many dishes. On top of a carrot soup, for example, a turmeric soup. What was it? Curry? Was it a curry lentil soup the other day? I saw a soup online and it looked really, really good, and I was like, oh, that would be so good with like sunflowers or maybe some even daikon radish for a little bit pepper. Very, very nice. I like that kind of stuff. But again, I don't cook as much as I want to most days. I don't know where all these dirty dishes come from, and I don't cook. But it's one of those days. And again, in the summer, my body apparently decides to switch over to hunger strike mode or something because in the heat I can't eat as much. In the winter though, oh boy, give me 2 loads of that soup. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. And I have an instant pot too, and of course a crock pot. Thanks, mom. By the way, yeah, that was awesome. My mom got me a crock pot. I think a couple of years ago. Yeah, I think it must have been 2 years now. Wow, time flies. Seriously. So I'm using that on a regular basis, which I think is fantastic. Really, and honestly, it saves you a lot of time when you don't have to constantly watch the stove and everything. You just plug it in. You put all of your ingredients in. You set it too slow cooking, and just do that for like 6 to 8 hours. Oh gosh, guys, the flavors. Oh, so good. Anyway, let me go ahead and see. Am I missing anybody? Hold on, just a second. Did I miss anybody? I hope not. Hello. Oh, hey, how's it going, Proteus? Good to see you. How's life? I'm sorry I've been away for a little bit. Ah, how have you been? Okay. How are your studies going? How's university treating you? You going to any concerts lately? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and crunch this out here. I'm not looking around as often as I should. I'm sorry, guys. Should have had my phone over here. But it is what it is. My phone is charging currently. I need to get a new battery for that thing too. Ugh, how annoying is that? Oops. Come on now. There it is. Okay. All right. There's that. All right, and I'll be right with you. Just a moment. I'm gonna go and check. Just want to finish this one tray. There's this. Okay. Now, how is everything going? Let me see here. Uh, you enrolled in the second year. Yay! And no cuts until next month. Okay, well, the good thing is you haven't given up on university and you officially enrolled for your second year. That means you're meaning it, and that is fantastic. That's wonderful to hear. And what concerts are you going to go to next month then? Bring Me the Horizon is still a thing, I believe. Youngblood, pretty sure. Who you got to meet? What about a year ago now? Maybe a year and a half? See, I remember things. Ow! Don't poke me. I don't like it when you do that. Ugh, there. Sometimes you get those little sticks and they go sideways on your hand. And that does not make my hands happy. There. Now I'm not entirely sure anymore what you're doing with you said was it something to do with forensics? Was that right? I just can't quite remember. I'm sorry. Normally I'm better about these things. Oops. Oh look, it's half a tree. Cool. There we go. Got another tree going here. Yeah, I should probably just go and grab my phone and have that over here. That would be easier, wouldn't it? There's those. And while I'm here, let me go ahead and see eh, what the sunnies look like. Yeah, I think we can leave them like that. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna put it back onto the first. There, just for a little bit more wind up there. All right, now let me see. Papa Roach, cool. A horror convention. Oh, that is awesome. Meet the actor for Michael Myers. That is so sweet. Then the Hera in December and Black Veil Brides. Oh my goodness. So you've got the entire rest of your stuff already planned out. That's fantastic. BMTHR thing, still they just didn't tour in the UK. Youngblood is a thing still, but not tour in the UK. That's too bad. But they'll come back. They'll come back. I know that. Okay, so you got plenty of stuff to keep you excited and happy, I suppose. That's amazing. So Papa Roach, I haven't heard that in forever. I mean, he's been around forever, hasn't he? There's that. And Black Veil Brides. Interesting. So now horror convention. Oh man, I wish I could go to that. That would be so much fun. I'd probably be very very scared as well. But hey, you know what? I've been a Stephen King fan for long enough. See, the thing is, I like horror. I just don't like the slashers. I like something with ghosts or yeah, maybe vampires or something. Lately I'm really really interested in like Black Mirror kind of stuff, where there's AI and technology and that kind of thing. I loved watching Black Mirror. I don't have Netflix anymore, but when I had it, oh man, I really really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I think that was a very very well made series. But that's great. You are moving forward to your career at some point. You're having a ton of fun. That is absolutely wonderful. There's this. Okay, get this one done. And after this, I'm going to go and grab my phone real quick so I can actually have you up here and I don't need to have you on the computer where you're so far away. There's that. Up. Oh, goodness. Ouch. Okay. Super excited to see him. That's good. 14th and 15th November. So on this. Oh, very cool. So it's definitely close enough to your birthday to celebrate. That is fantastic. Oh, so Halloween is the first horror film series that got me into horror. So I was like, I need to go to it. Absolutely. I mean, if you're already starting with the classics, there's nothing wrong with actually trying to go ahead and get closer to those classics. And the actors behind them, of course. That is really, really cool to hear. I'm so happy that's happening for you. That's wonderful. Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna go and see if I can actually get my restream going on my phone. If it could kindly do a thing here. Hello. Oh, come now, child. I'm already I'm already logged in. Why am I not? Oh, because I haven't used it in about a week and a half. Sorry. Just a minute. Continue. Yes, that's what I want. Go do the thing. Are you doing the thing? Please tell me you're doing the thing. Are you doing the thing? Okay. And you should pop up here in a minute. Oh, you got a Funko for it. That is so cool. That is awesome. Absolutely go ahead and do that. Yes. That is so, so, so cool. I went to a Comic Con down in Portland years and years ago. That was a ton of fun. And I don't know who was there. I don't know, a couple of people, but anyway, it was really a lot of fun doing that. I think conventions are just fantastic because everybody there is very very like-minded, most likely, right? They're all there for the same thing. I want to go to San Diego International. Oh yes, that would be awesome. Wouldn't that be cool? Or TwitchCon maybe. How about TwitchCon? That was fun. That was also in San Diego when I was there in 2016. That was like 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, time really does fly, doesn't it? Unbelievable, people. That is wild. Okay, let me get these two trays finished up. And once these are, ooh, ew. Once these are done, oh, come now, child. There. Okay. These done. Okay, you need to get out of here. So now the San Diego International, is that another convention for what? Because I'm not entirely sure now. My first thought was TwitchCon, but it's definitely not TwitchCon. Otherwise, he would have said TwitchCon, I guess. Have you been to the States before? I don't think so, eh? I hope you get to do that, though. That would be so cool. San Diego, in and of itself, is just gorgeous, too. Such a pretty, pretty city. There we go. Hello. Alrighty. There's this. There we go. So, the sunnies are almost ready to get out of the dryer. And Mr. Meep is going to go ahead and water all these trays for me after he makes sure that everything is nice and even for us to plant. And then we're going to do the beets and the cantaloupe. And then after that, we only have one more row to go. We're pretty early. It's only 1:30. So we're definitely going to be done before 3 today, I think. I'm pretty sure. Famous last words, eh? There's this. Oopsie. Out. There. I'll get you some space. Thank you. Alrighty. Get that all situated. Perfect. And while Mr. Meep is going to water everything and get everything straightened out here, I'm going to go and take a little tiny break just so I can properly water myself. Because hydration is a very important thing. Don't forget to hydrate, friends. There. Okay. Grab this, and I'll be back in a few. Oop, there we go. Perfect. Alrighty, so we have finitoed with all of the trays. Now give me just 1 second here. Eh, wait, am I doing this right? I think I am. Let me go ahead and check my email real quick. Where is thing? There is thing. Nothing yet. Alrighty, cool. That's fine. Do not need. Alright, cool. There's that. Sweet. Alright. So now we take our sunnies out of the dryer. There we go. And now all we have to do, we're just going to grab a couple of handful of seeds. Perfect. That is way better than having them super dry or super wet and unable to plant them rightly. And sunnies are always a little bit tougher to grow because they're bigger seeds. And with that come bigger issues like more space for them to actually have mold spores to cling on to. And that is why we normally actually go ahead and spray them with a little bit of xylitol. Xylitol is a mix of hydrogen peroxide and vinegar at basics. There's also a little acetic acid in there. But it is all organic compatible. Very safe. Oh, here, you know what? I'm just going to do it like this. And like that. Nice, 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 nice. I like it. This seems to be going pretty well over here. There we are. And again, you don't want to have them on top of each other, but you want them in shouting distance. They can touch each other if they want to. Okay, take a little more of that. There we go. Yep. Just want to make sure that my microphone is in the right space here. And a little more. And as I always say, you have to be a little intentional about this kind of thing when you do plant. Oops. Cantaloupe, what are you doing here? This is not your terminal, sir. There's that. Okay, get those all here situated. Ta-da. Okay, get that over here. That over there. Okay. And a little bit more. I did overshoot my goal a little bit with the sunnies today. I have a few too many, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I ordered sunnies anyway today, so they're going to be here in about 6 days, I think. That should be just fine. Okay, get those hold on over here. Yeah. I think we're good. That ought to do. That's our sunnies. Let me go ahead and take the rest out of here. Alrighty. Alright, perfect. There. Huh? Yeah, I'm good. I just had a little bit too much seed. Oop. Okay. Push that down. Ow! A little bit. Okay. There, get the rest out of that. And now we take our, oh wait, I can actually just put that back up here. There's that. Now we're going to take our cantaloupe and we are going to go ahead and move those onto the trays. The cantaloupe is one of our fun ones. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's really, really fun in water. Like, say you have here water with like lemon juice, cucumber, little ginger even, and then some cantaloupe muddled into it. Oh man, it is good. It is good stuff. Oh, sorry. There we go. And then next up, we're going to have the beets. There we go. You want to try to avoid empty spaces, but again, you also don't want them to lay on top of each other. That is where there's a little finesse in it, but it's just seeds. Growing microgreens is easy. Like I always say, it's not hard work, but it is a lot of work. It's a lot of fun work, actually. There we go. I'm gonna go and put those right over here. There we are. Put them over here. And cantaloupe is one of those that we only have for the summer. So basically, once the farmers markets stop, we don't grow cantaloupe anymore. That is a seasonal special, so to say, so to say, so to speak. Yes, both of those were correct. Meep, you're fine. Oopsie, you are a sunflower seed. Out. Okay. So that means once October comes around, I think the middle towards the end of October is when the farmers market stops. And that is when we stop our cantaloupe. And I think it's going to be somewhere towards the middle or end of October when the farmers market closes for the season. The Balawa County farmers market, that is. We are still over at the Lower Valley farmers market every Saturday currently. There will be news on that at some point. Okay. And again, you don't want to overseed, you don't want to underseed. It's just one of those where you have to pay a little attention. There we go. Oh, that's almost a bit much there. That's okay. That's all right. We'll figure it out. There. Okay, perfect. There we have 4 cantaloupe. Beautiful little things, aren't they? So nice and bright. Okay, and now we are going to go ahead and do the beets. Hop, up the bunny and down the bunny. There we go. And then, of course, I need to make labels too, which I, of course, forgot. Let me go and take some of this cantaloupe stuff off of here. Take these out. There, see? That wasn't so hard. Now, these are our beet seeds. And just like with the cantaloupe, just like with everything else, just take care what you do. The good thing is that the bigger ones, the bigger seeds like beets, cantaloupe, sunflowers, you can always move them around a little bit with your fingers. It's much harder to do that with broccoli, arugula, etc. I'm kind of really excited because in a few months we are going to be able to bring something back that has been missing from us for a little bit, and that would be Thai basil. We are going to go and start Thai basil again as soon as our grow room is finished. Our second one, that is. We already have one finished one, which is amazing. Um, but yeah, I'm very, very excited to start up the Thai basil again. So once we plant our first tray of Thai basil, it's going to take us about a month for it to be ready. And that is why we needed the second grow room too, because we have so many wonderful varieties and people who love many, many of our varieties, but we don't have enough room to grow everything, and that's why we need another grow room. So, while we are at the grow room, that is going to be done here at some point soon. And then we have plenty of more space to have fun with it, to experiment, to maybe grow more broccoli. I think it's time we start with broccoli because honestly, people have been so vigilant about that. And broccoli, of course, is one of our healthiest varieties that we offer at Meeps Microgreens. And then we also have things like kale. We have kohlrabi, which is one of our newer varieties in the Knox mix and also sold separately. Then we have daikon radish, rambo radish. We have Osaka mustard, which actually is featured in our wasaka mix. We have wasabi, which every once in a while we also sell separately, but not all the time. Let's see, what else? We have beets, obviously, cantaloupe, sunflower. Oh, Mizuna mustard. That is also a thing. We have one restaurant specifically that loves our Mizuna mustard. Excuse me. And that is a dog spot who is amazing people. Seriously wonderful people. Amy and Arian, we love you guys. And there is our last tray of beets. And the next one after that is going to be Rambo, Daikon, and Bok Choy, and then we are done. Huh? You okay? Okay. So we have Daikon, Rambo, and Bok Choy next, and then we are done with our planting for today. Excuse me, goodness. Oh, I know what it is. So the funny thing is that the beets actually dust a little bit when you open the container and you go through them. There's a little bit of dust, a little dust cloud that comes up. That is why I'm starting to coffee because I'm breathing it in. There's that. Alrighty. And that's the beeps. Oops, sorry. Thank you. Alright, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to go and write some labels here. And that means that we can go face to face again. How about that? Ah, there we go. Ta-da! Hello. Okay. Give me just a second. I had to answer this real quick. Just a second, guys. I don't mean to be rude, I promise. Okay, so now that we have finished most of it, let me go ahead and get my labels done. We need beeps, cantaloupe, and sunnies. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I should probably go ahead and make sure that we have music here. There. Beautiful. Perfect. Now we have beeps. A24. A24, indeed. Then we have sunnies. And of course, cantaloupe. And that's 824. 824. Perfect. Doink. Let me go and put them all together. And the beats I'm still going to have to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me see. Now I don't know which ones were which ones. Cantaloupe, perfect. And the sunnies. Nope. Oh, I think these here. Yep. Okay, perfect. Sunnies. Sorry. There's this. And our beats, we're going to have to cover those. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So, let me go see. There's that. All right, sweet. I'm going to get you back into the flow grow room here so you can see what's happening for the most part. Let me go and get my little shovel here because what we do with the beets, we are going to cover them with a little bit of soil. And that is just so they lose all of their seed hulls when they come out. So we have something to grow through. And it makes it easier for the seed hulls to simply just remove themselves. So they can self-evacuate the premises. Oh, that's cantaloupe. Yikes. Bad cantaloupe. They're everywhere today. I don't know why. Okay. A little more. There we go. Hope there wasn't too much. There we go. And that should do it. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll be good. Gonna put this away. And there we go. Yeah, so we have, like I said, one more round after this. And then we are done for the day, my lovelies. Which means that I get to work on other things. Because work doesn't just stop just because the stream stops. No, no, no. We got plenty more stuff to do today, including cleaning up, petting the puppies. Maybe I'll even do some dishes. Who knows? Anything could happen. It's a Monday. Okay. There's this. And that corner. Plop. Perfect. Okay. And then all I have to do is just cover one more tray. Okay, there's this. Oops. Yeah, all the thicker clumps you want to take out. It's kind of important. There. Move those out. Get into the corner. Oops. Okay. All right. We are looking pretty darn good over here. Yes. All right. Perfect. Now the beets are pretty much done. Mr. Beep is going to come and do the good old stomping on it. Tamp him down a little bit. Get everything situated. Ta-da! Okay, perfect. We are so back. So, what else do we have? Hold on. I don't think I missed anything. Okay. Perfect timing. Just want to check my email one more time real quick. Nothing there. Alrighty. That is fine. All right, and I will be right back. I'm going to take a little bit of a hydration break. I will be returning. Yes, there. We're doing my English today. It's fine. Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you. Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned. Ta-da! There we go. Wonderful. Currently we are ready for starting our last round of trays, which is going to be bok choy, daikon radish, and rambo radish. There we go. Yes. Let me go ahead and check something out here real quick. Where is Sting? There is Sting. What? Why is this? Huh. Yes, maybe, perhaps. I am unsure if I want to do this. I'm looking at Restream right now, which is telling me that I needed to re-log in because my access was expiring. But I think we're actually pretty good. So, ladies and gentlemen, also because this is pretty much the last round of it, I believe we have shown you everything that we need to show you today. I think we are good for the stream today. We are probably going to be back on Thursday. I use the stream Wednesday. I know I have to update my schedule a little bit. Wednesdays just aren't really that interesting. I don't really think there's that much to do, unless I harvest. I might stream that for a little bit. But other than that, thank you guys. Honestly, thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate that. If you want to hear more about us, go to facebook.com/appmeepsmicrogreens. We are on YouTube, of course. We are on Twitch. We also have a website, www.meepsmicrogreens.com. There we go. Thank you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the fun stuff. Hit the bell, get notified, and other sort of things. So, thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Meep meep.